Wow. Hey Google, turn off the air conditioner.
You got it. Turning off the air conditioner.
Okay. I'm always eating at the beginning of these things. Where's my water? Oh, it's... I don't know. Hello. Let's see it. What's going on, guys? Sup? Oh, you knows. Just hanging out. 9 months to ITF. And a whole bunch of other stuff. Zdrarova. Zdrarova? I don't know. Yo, went to the concert in Atlanta last year. My name is Kai. What's up, Kai? Hey, Chris. Love your talent. Well, thank you. Oh, heck. It's Trombone Man. You know it. What's the next song you are going to release? I actually don't know yet. I'm going to work on that today. All right, so got some questions from Instagram at ClassicalTrombone. You ever heard of it? That's not where I'm supposed to be going. Here. Oh, gotta scroll down. There it is. Okay. So a bunch of people asked some questions about the International Trombone Festival. If you haven't caught on yet, I'll be doing a live stream on the 10th of every month. If I can. Next month might be tricky because I'll be in Puerto Rico. Did I say that right? Probably not. How do I do this? There we go. Where is it? And will you be there? Yes, I will be there. It's in Muncie, Indiana at Ball State University. July 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. First instrument I ever played and still do is the trombone. Well, cool. First instrument I played was, if voice doesn't count, then piano. Piano. Yep. Doing some cleaning. Why isn't your vacuum purple? I got that in college, and I live in a tiny house. So often, that's just where it stands and lives. There's a closet that sometimes it'll go if I have company coming over. Which, technically, you know, there's a couple hundred people here right now, so I probably should put it away. Yeah. Already got money saved up for it. Darren McDonald. Thank you for coming to West Virginia University. It was awesome to hear you live. It was really fun. That was a good one. On behalf of our marching band, could you please play Country Roads by John Denver sometime? It's like the song I put up on YouTube like 2 weeks ago. Unless you mean you want me to do my own version of it, in which case I would love to, but it's kind of too soon to do that right now. Maybe we have to wait for like John Denver's birthday or something for it to be topical. Okay. How do we get in? You go to trombonefestival.net and you buy a ticket, but you can't buy tickets yet. So what you're going to want to do, if you guys want information about this thing, click the link in the description. It says ITF 2019 updates. Click that, sign up. It's just my own mailing list. It's not my personal one. It's set aside for this. So you'll only get updates about this, but you'll know when registrations open, when deadlines come up, when we, announce artists, all sorts of cool stuff. I haven't sent anything out yet. So if you signed up last time, don't worry, you're signed up. Okay. Wow, when is the festival and how to take part in it? So that's July in Muncie, Indiana. And you just come on out. Middle school and high school students, you can sign up for the youth workshop. Come over to my side, and I've got all sorts of artists that'll be working with you. Amazing educators from all over the world. Can you go if you don't play trombone? You can. For the main festival, you just come and enjoy the trombone-ness. It's a lot of trombone-ness, but if you like what I do, you'll love it. It's some of the best musicians in the world, and it's great. All right, 2 more. I actually will be too old for the youth workshop. OMG. Grace. Well, you can come to the main festival. It's a hoot. You'll have a great time. Where and when? July 10th, 2019, Muncie, Indiana, Ball State University. All right. Nice bedspread. Thank you. It's great. So a few other updates. I will be doing a concert. We are announcing this literally right now. I'm announcing this. How many of you guys know? What is this crap? Why is this not doing the thing? Well, we just got to get rid of this because this is annoying. It should be showing the stuff, but too bad. There. Now you get to see my grocery bag and my blanket. There you go. In my kitchen. So, I'm announcing this right now for the first time, but there's a link in the description where you can buy tickets. We just opened it up for Kansas City. I will be doing a combined concert with Zoltan Kiss and the Kansas City Trombones, the Kansas City Symphony Trombone section. We're doing this huge trombone concert November 13th. I think that's true. I think it's November 13th. I'm gonna find out. I think I'm right. I'm usually right, except when I'm not. November 13th. There it is. So, Kansas City. November 13th. It's going to be amazing. This huge trombone. It's like a mini trombone festival concert. So, Zoltan Kiss from Hungary and the Kansas City Trombones from the Kansas City Symphony. I'll be there from New York City. And we're going to do this awesome trombone thing. Now, that's at like 7 p.m. Again, I think I'm right. The concert. But you can also come to a masterclass with Zoltan Kiss or me or both. We'll be doing those at 4:30. I'll be doing my masterclass at 4:30, his at 5:30. You can buy tickets to either or both. There's a link for that as well. So masterclasses 4:30, 5:30, concert 7 o'clock. You get tickets to all that stuff in the link below. Kansas City. It's gonna be awesome. Also, I'm going to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. To do a trombone festival outreach program because they were hit with that hurricane and like people aren't going. So we're going to go and we're going to do a trombone concert. Now I'm not making any money doing that. I'm just going and we're playing with a trombone group and we're, hopefully supporting them and playing with some Puerto Rican trombonists that we don't actually know about. So I'll be trying to film a bunch of that stuff. Now, if you are a Patreon donor, you're already supporting this. You don't have to donate. Nobody has to donate, obviously. But if you want to, there's a link in the description to donate for that and show the Puerto Ricans we haven't forgot about them, and we're going to come and play some trombone-ness. We already have like $4,000 or $5,000 donated to this program. We're bringing sheet music from Michael Davis. We're donating P-Bones to them. And I believe Mike Corrigan is going to come from BAC Music, and he's going to fix instruments for free when he's there. It's a really cool thing. If you want to support that, there's a link in the description. I will be putting a full promotional video out about that, about Kansas City, about ITF's competitions, which the deadlines are in December. All sorts of stuff. So I'll be putting out full videos about this stuff, but if you want to get the jump on that stuff, there's a link in the description right now, so you could donate to that stuff. Again, if you're a Patreon donor, I'm donating the whole month's worth of funds to that Puerto Rican thing. So if you're already a donor, you're already donating to the cause. If you want to donate more, you could do so there. If you're not a Patreon donor and you like the sound of it, you could do that there. Okay, any questions about any of this stuff? Do you prefer bass bone or tenor trombone? Probably tenor. I don't know. I'm better at it. What's your favorite solo trombone piece? Classical, jazz? My school's marching band does something called middle school band night where 7th and 8th grade graders go play for the first half of the game. We are trying to script lions for our school. I don't understand even a little bit of that. What are you eating right now? Right now, this is a peanut, which is not a nut. Who knew? This is a Brazil nut. That is a nut. This is an almond. That is a nut. Somebody said I should do outtakes. I would have to bleep. I swear a lot in my outtakes. I adored this guy. What happened? I assume you still do, and I appreciate that. Where do you practice? Right here. Hype for Smash Ultimate? Sure. Yeah, I should probably do a thing. When does that come out? I'll do an arrangement if it's not in like December. Love your Half Man, Half Machine album. Well done. Thank you, Nicholas True. Trombone concertos that are modern and less classical. The modern ones are really hard to play because they jump a lot. Like the Nino Rota that's probably a nice middle of the road one. Nino Rota trombone concerto. A lot of people do the Gordon Jacob. It's a good one. Somebody said something in Spanish. I don't know Spanish yet. I'll learn. Should I bring my own trombone for ITF? Yeah, bring your trombone. They have a ton of trombones, so like Yamaha and Rath and Conselmer and BAC and Shires and Edwards, they all have their trombones there. And any of the ones I didn't mention, they're all there. Everybody brings their company's instruments. You can go try them out. You can buy one there. But yeah, if you're not looking to buy a trombone, you bring your trombone. And if you're in the youth workshop, you'll play a lot. You'll, hang out with us. You'll have rehearsals and all sorts of stuff. You'll have a performance during the main festival. If you're not coming for the youth workshop and you don't want to play, you don't have to bring your horn. But I would definitely bring a mouthpiece so you could try out all those trombones. But yeah. So youth workshop, definitely. And if you're just coming to the main festival, there's what's called participant choirs, which means if you want to play, have a performance opportunity, you actually get to play in a mass choir with other participants. It's awesome. Do I have to wear a headband? No, unless you're growing your hair out and it's an awkward length, in which case I do recommend it. If I play trumpet, you think I can play trombone also? I think you've got some of the tools to do so. Have you done West Side Story? I've played it before, but not on this YouTube channel. How much time we got? Oh, we got plenty of time. My school is very little trombone, so they want us to play loud. How do I play louder, but without making it have a very bad tone? It's all about the air consistency and not overblowing, because you would imagine if you want to play louder, you just have to play, like, blow really, really fast air or something. It's really just kind of the blend between the airspeed and the buzz and the embouchure and all that stuff, making sure it's controlled and you are playing the right note. Because usually when you try to play louder, your lips do something other than play the same note you were trying to play, and so it starts sounding bad because you're buzzing something that's not the note you're trying to play, and the trombone is forcing it to sound whatever note you were trying to play, and that's where bad tones come in. Logan Jackson, you look beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, so experiment with big crescendos. There's a couple really great books. Koprosh is a really great book for that method book. I recently switched to a large bore with an F attachment. I was wondering if you had a quick tip for higher notes with a large bore. It's actually the same as a smaller horn. You just have to fill up the horn, but the technique's exactly the same. It just is less forgiving. And so, I can play the same notes on bass trombone that I can on large bore tenor, than I can on a small bore tenor, and pretty much even an alto. It just sounds different. So the technique's the same. There's no shortcuts. That was a joke. Please don't call me. Logan, I'm calling. I see you. Articulation on bass trombone. You gotta exaggerate, but it's good practice, even for tenor. When did you start? I started playing piano when I was 6 years old. Trombone, 5th grade, normal stuff. Sup, Nate the Jazz Man. How to reach double B flat. Try reaching double A first, and if you can't do that, try reaching double G or G sharp. If you can't do that, then try reaching. You see what happens there? You keep trying until there's one you can actually play. I haven't played all day. I have a lot of things in my mouth, but alright, here's a bass trombone. You're all asking about range. Bass trombone. I haven't played all day. This is the first note I'll play today. Turn that down a little bit. So up to a B flat. And we go up from there. We're not like, and now I have to like learn how to do some crazy technique in order to get a super high note. You go up one note at a time until you can't play anymore, and then you work on that one, not the super, super high. So we're up to an F on a bass trombone, fine. We're up to G. That's probably, on the bass trombone, without playing today yet, that's probably the one I would want to work on. I wouldn't want to work on the B flat, which I could probably play, but I would want to work on the G, so that gets really comfortable, right? So if I really cared, I would do that. Now, again, I can play the B flat, but that's not how you get that comfortable. Which is indeed what you want. Which is indeed what you want. Can you tell me what that high note on thirds F major is? I don't know what that means. Tamara Joseph. What's an effective way of practicing scales? All right, I've got a really great way. Works every time. Check it out. Say you're trying to play the C major scale. First thing is you have to know what slide positions they are. So, 6, right, okay. If you don't know what slide position a certain note is, that's step one. You have to learn what slide position every note is. So, and like know it, not just be like, oh, okay, sixth position, right? That's too late. So you have to know every single note. So let's say you've done that, because that's just memorization. That's just knowing where every note is on the trombone. So let's say you've done that. That's pretty basic, right? Although some notes that we don't play very often, B natural, certain things that might trip us up a little bit. But let's say you know where every note is on the trombone, some alternates, that whole thing. The next thing is to know what notes are in the scale. C major scale, no sharps or flats, that's super easy. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. A little bit trickier, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. We usually don't say it going back down, so practice exactly what I just did. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Now, you should also say it in the rhythm of what you're going to end up wanting to do. So a lot of all-state auditions, they'll go jump, 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 right? So you go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. I think I said that right, yeah. So once you can do that, you do it with the slide positions. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, B, A, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Okay. So if that's giving me trouble, just going back down, because we don't usually say the letters going back down, then that's something that I should work on, and then it's much, much easier and second nature. Once you can do that, you can play the scale, assuming you can play all those notes out of context. So all of this work is something you can do without the trombone. Now, you have to do the slide positions while you say it, because what you're doing is you're actually telling your brain to work on two things at the same time. You're saying, I have to know what note I'm trying to play, C, D, E, F, right? And I have to know what slide position that is, 6 foot, right? So a lot of times we say like 6, 4, 2, 1, right? That's actually, you're saying the same thing as you're doing with your slide, with your arm, right? So saying the name of the slide position is the same thing as doing it with your arm, as long as you know what you're pretending to do. And so you're actually practicing everything other than the embouchure if you say the note name and do the slide position with your arm. You don't need the trombone for any of that. And once you can do that, then you can play the scale. And it's actually really, really easy. It's a mind game, and it's in a few steps. Like I said, first thing is to know all the notes and what slide position it corresponds to. Second step is to know what notes are in the scale. So B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat, right? Without the slide part. And then you add the slide part, and you'll be able to play the scale. So you got to do that. Bam. You do that with every scale. You'll be done in, you do one a week, 15 weeks. Do 2 a week, 7.5. Did you use a burp? I've used a burp before. I have one over here. How are you? I'm doing fine. Did you do the arrangement for Bohemian Rhapsody? Can I buy a copy of the arrangement? I did the arrangement. It's really not for, it's for what you saw, which is a trombone quintet, but changing every 4 or 8 bars. And there's that part in the middle where it has highs and which is really like 5, 6, 7, 8 people. So you could technically play it, but it's really not written for anything other than what you saw in that video. It's literally not it's not a chamber music arrangement. It's a YouTube video arrangement. So I do have it. I've made parts of it available for the Patreon donors, so if you want that, you can do that. It is not published. You're a great trombone player and very creative. Thank you. Do you play soprano trombone? Not yet, but I will very soon. Is jazz easier on a small bore? It sounds more jazzy. It sounds like what it's supposed to be. For many reasons, but that's why a lot of people play small bore for jazz, because it just sounds right. It's the kind of timbre that they're going for. But not everybody does. Some people want a big, warm sound, and they use a bit of a bigger trombone. But you'll never see like a Bach 42 playing lead trombone. Do you know Seb Skelly personally? I don't. We've worked together a few times, talked a couple times, but never met him in person. Not yet. Do you like Greg Black mouthpieces? Yeah, I do. I don't use one because I couldn't get a hold of one, but I do like them. What software do you use to make split screen videos? I use Adobe Premiere Pro. All right. How is small bore and orchestra? They used to use them exclusively, but now not as much or ever. I feel like you're ignoring me now. I'm not. I don't know what you said. You're the best, Christopher Bill. Thank you. Gotta go. Bye. What was your first performance, and can we play Fortnite later on? My first performance was, I don't know, the elementary school band. And no. Cadets or blue coats? Cadets. Sorry. Sorry. They do boarding for students at ITF, right? Yes, we have counselors. We have people that make sure you're only getting into the trouble we want you to get into. And the disrespect. All right, so I'm gonna go through the things again that I need you to know about. The whole point of this whole thing. After I finish chewing again. Have you played trombone concertos such as Ferdinand David? Yeah. I love it. That's one of my favorite pieces of all time. What's the stand thing in my kitchen? That's a camera stand. And that's a mic stand. And that's a music stand. There you go. Okay, so first things first, International Trombone Festival. If you're a middle school or high school student, start talking to your parents and be like, hey, this is a really cool thing. I think I would want to do it. And sign up for the updates in the description below. Okay? That's the first thing first. You're going to love it. I'll be there. I'll be curating all sorts of amazing trombonists who will talk to you and give you master classes and, you know, help you be a better musician, inspire you. It's super great. Everybody who's ever gone says it's amazing. Like, reviews are 100% positive. It's great. And we get a little bit of feedback every year, and so we can kind of shift in a little bit of a, you know, make it better and better every year. And so we've done just that. Next year's going to be even better. And there's going to be way more students. We have so many people already saying they want to come out. We have, I think, 380 students who said, no, 380 people, 280 students who said they want to come out. I don't know how many of them actually will, but that would be really awesome. Last year we had like 60, the year before like 100, so that's usually what we're used to. Next year is going to be so much bigger. I've been promised we will not cap the registrants. We will never say you can't, like, there's too many people, you can't sign up. But it kind of looks like we're going to be getting to a certain point. So make sure you register early and just click the link in the description to get updates for that. I think registration opens in January. That's July 10th through the 13th in Muncie, Indiana. It's going to be a blast. If you're not a middle school or high school student, you can come to the main festival. That's the same time, same place. Oh no, far from me. I'm in Wisconsin. You can also follow us on Facebook, the International Trombone Festival Facebook. I'll be posting like good airfare, so you can get there without too much money. All sorts of good stuff. I'm in Alberta, Canada. Well, come on down. Have you ever played euphonium? Yes, I have. Do you have tips for playing pedal notes? Sure. Don't puff your cheeks out and keep it from embouchure. Indiana. Yeah, coming on out. I know what you did last summer. Yeah, you did. Joshua Lampkins. Speaking of Joshua Lampkins of BAC Music, I already talked to some of you about this. Bye, good seeing you. Bye, Christian. If anybody is near Kansas City, or even if you're not, come check out this concert. There's a link in the description for both my masterclass and the concert itself. I'll be doing a combined masterclass, or a combined concert with Zoltan Kiss of Menozel Brass and the Kansas City Symphony Trombone section. And I'll be doing a masterclass earlier that day. Zoltan Kiss will be doing a masterclass earlier that day. Both of us were featured in the Bohemian Rhapsody video. If you don't know Zoltan, he's the one that played the super, super high B flat for me. And so you could check out his stuff. He's amazing. He will be there one day only. It's going to be awesome. You can get tickets right now. We just announced it literally right now. So if you're into that. Also, I'll be going to Puerto Rico. If you want to help and donate for that cause, it's going to be awesome. Again, Patreon donors, you already are donating. Josh Lampkins, just bring your smile and your trombone. Exactly. What trombonists do you know around the Dallas-Fort Worth area? Quite a few. But you put me on the spot. Symphony guys there. There's a lot of amazing educators over there, actually. And then there's a bunch of people who used to live in Dallas that moved away. And so now all I can think about is them. Like the, I think, Alex from Maniacal 4, I think he's in town, right? Do you have a specific process for composing your pieces? Music composition is something that started interesting me recently, and I want to know if you had any tips. It depends. I mean, the first thing I do is I sit down at the piano and figure out the tune that I want to do. And if it keeps my interest, then we keep going. Sometimes I get to that point and I'm like, it's not really what I'm going for, and I, pick a different song. But first things first, turn on like YouTube, pick a song, and I play it on the piano. That's just ear training. That's because I've been doing it for 6 years. And I can do that now, which is really cool. But even if you can't, that process will just take longer. So first things first, figure out the chords, figure out the melody, decide if it's worth your time. And then I basically transcribe what I've learned. If I can sing it, I can write it down, I can play it, that kind of stuff. And I use species counterpoint very basic music theory for a lot of the stuff I do. If it's a loop, if the chord progression doesn't change all the way through, then it's a different process, but similar in voice leading. So species counterpoint, if you want to study that, that's really what I use in all my arrangements. It's really not a jazz style of arranging, it's more of a classical style. So yeah. Do you have a suggestion for higher level improv for jazz? Transcribe music. That's the only way to do it. Just listen to a lot of jazz, like 50% of your time in the practice room. If you want to get better at improvising jazz improvisation, is listening. So listen to J.J. Johnson, listen to Frank Rosalino. If you like new guys, listen to Wycliffe Gordon and Marshall Gilks, Ryan Keberly. Listen to Jiggs Wiggum. Listen to John Fedchak. Listen to, just get in there. And you'll find people, if you do enough of that, just spend one day listening to as many of these guys as you can find. You'll find people that you're like, I kind of like, I like Bob Brookmeyer. Like, I don't know why, because that was me. I was like, I like this Bob Brookmeyer sound. I don't know why, but I like it. And then you dive into it and you find other people like that. And you start to establish your own sound, because this is the stuff that you like, because it all sounds very different. Everybody has very different styles. You know, if you listen to Frank Rosalino or Carl Fontana, they play all this like blah, 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 blah. And maybe you're into that. Maybe you're into like super high, like articulate little lines that move fluidly. Maybe you like bluesier stuff like Andy Martin and Wycliffe Gordon. You'll figure that out, and then you can start to learn, rather than just like picking up your trombone and putting on a jazz standard and going like, now I'm going to play the coolest thing that's ever come out of a trombone. No, you have to listen. And once you found the stuff that you really like, then you transcribe it, you learn how to play exactly what they played, and then you figure out why they played that and why it works and what it sounds like, and that's when you actually start to figure this stuff out for yourself. So listen, it's super fun. Learning jazz improvisation is amazing. I'm actually going to start listening to some artists that trombone players typically don't listen to, and you might hear influences of some other people in my playing in the coming years. What's your favorite drum corps? The Bayonne Bridgman. It's gotta be. Collab with Trent Hamilton. We have been trying to do that for a very long time, but I'm really busy and he's really busy, and but it's gonna happen. We already recorded it. I just have to find the time to actually put it together. Yeah, no, we did it. It's happening. Done. Yes. What's your favorite piece that you have played on this channel? Bohemian Rhapsody. Come on. If you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. It's literally one of my favorite things I've ever done. Other than that, maybe the sock opera. Have you guys seen that? The Legend of the Three Warriors. What made you decide to play trombone? My brother played. Meh. I know. Would you like to review and keep a brand new Con 112H? I don't really have room for that stuff. I mean, I'll take it. Going out for Spirit of Atlanta and Carolina Crown as trumpet, and I'm having issues double tonguing. Do you have raising money for the audition camps? Definitely put up a page where you're accepting funds, because friends and family and anybody who's ever marched will like pitch in, because we all believe in the activity. Yeah, double tonguing. You need to now. You didn't used to, but now you do. Just start at a slow tempo and put on the metronome, and even at the slow tempo, do taka, 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 taka. And then when you speed it up, you'll have the right technique. Chris has a brother? I have two brothers. 2 brothers and a sister, all older. Hello, love your channel. Read my comment. Done. Do you think bass trombones are better than tenor? I don't. They're trombones. They're great. Do you have an arrangement of Gonna Fly Now for trombone? I don't. But I could. You made me play trombone 5 years ago. Yeah, I did. I went into his room and I was like, you play the trombone. I forced him to do it. I didn't. That's cool. I'm glad I could be an inspiration. How long have you been playing trombone? Since I was in 5th grade. Like a decade? 2 decades? I don't know. When will you collab with Mr. Selfridge again? I don't know, but he just posted that awesome video of the Jack Black saxoboom. I think officially 2 people in this chat know what just happened there. Christmas show was great last year in Georgia. Thank you. That was really fun. That was really stressful and really fun. The Atlanta one. I'm doing a one night only Christmas show this year in Chicago. I haven't announced it yet. Do you think you'll ever make arrangements from Guardians of the Galaxy? Oh, well, I did Mr. Blue Sky. I did the Guardians Inferno, the theme. And I've been working on, I've had one from years and years ago of Hooked on a Feeling. But yeah, those are my jams. Before Guardians of the Galaxy, they were my jams. I have a challenge tomorrow. Any tips? Play musically. Anybody can play something perfect. But if you can play it musically, and even if you make a couple mistakes, it's hard to say no to. Fellini-esque or Metamorph? Ooh. Fellini-esque. Tips on the high notes. Play lower ones until you can play the higher ones. I have 2 videos on it. It's pretty much as I can say right now about it. It's like, I could help you get there, but I'd need to hear you play, and I need to watch you play. And you'd have to really, really want it, because you got to play like, I don't know, 6 days a week. The saxoboom is one of my favorite instruments, along with the trombone. General tips for audition process like camps. Be prepared and do your thing. Be a cool person. They're gonna love it. Dude, you're actually a god on trombone. I'm actually not, but thank you. I'm a mere mortal. After playing a bit, do you ever warm down by going down a scale? So I warm down if I have to play first thing in the morning the next day, and I had a really long day. So usually when I travel, I'll have 2 full days, and the first full day is rehearsals, and I completely kill myself, and then the next day I have to play again. So then I'll warm down. Most of the time, I'm fine not to. Who's your favorite DCI group? The Bayonne Bridgemen. There's just gotta be. I don't know who else I would pick. Current ones, like, I mean, I was a big fan of Santa Clara, but I wasn't until this year. Cavaliers was awesome. Madison Scouts, I'm all about them. How long can you play a day? As long as I have to. Blue Devils, yeah, Blue Devils for sure. I was a big Blue Devils nut for quite a while. What do you prefer, classical or jazz? Funk! Yeah. All right. 8:34. Okay. One more time. I'm going to run through the things. We got new people in here. I stop eating. I bet that's really annoying. Somebody asked about endurance. How to make, what's the best way to increase the amount of time you can play without tiring? So, here's the deal. How many days a week do you play and not get tired, right? So let's say you play 5 days a week, and out of those days, one of them you play so much that you get tired. Your endurance is going to get better that much. 1 out of 7, right? If you play 5 days a week and every single one of those 5 days you play enough so you get tired and it gets hard to play, it's going to get better way faster. If you play 2 days a week and none of those days you play enough to get tired. But then like you do a concert once a month or once every 2 months, and then you play so much that you get tired. It's like it's never going to get better. So the only way to work on endurance is to make yourself get to that wall, to tire yourself out. Otherwise, you're not working on the endurance. You're only working on the little bit. It's like sprinting in order to train for a marathon. Like, you're never going to get better at it, no matter how good you get at sprinting. So you actually have to do the distance running, and you have to do it often if you want that to get better. But if you do that, it'll get better very fast. These little micro fiber muscles in your lips that are strengthening, and it doesn't take long. They're tiny little muscles, so it doesn't take long to do, but you have to keep up. So I would say probably 4 days a week, 3 or 4 days a week, if you get to that point where you're tired, play that much. It doesn't really matter what you play, but you can play stuff you really enjoy. Your endurance will increase quite a bit. You'll just keep pushing that. I mean, if I have to play a long concert or do a solo spot for an hour and a half, I have to work on it because I don't do that. I play on YouTube once a week most of the time. I don't have to have endurance. And so if I'm playing live shows, I'll have to start working that up. And I think most people do that. I mean, unless you're playing a steady gig on Broadway or in an orchestra or something. Most people go extended periods of time where you just play a little bit each day. So, well, certainly not what you're going to do in a concert. So we usually have to train for that stuff if we're going to be doing a lot. How to play or tongue faster. You play what you can play with a metronome and then work it up little by little. How do you know when a mouthpiece is too big to play on? If you're uncomfortable with it. That's kind of it. Have you ever talked to Christian Lindbergh? I haven't. He says breathing exercises are dumb. I get that. I get that. There's a lot of stuff. He also says buzzing and free buzzing isn't really helpful because that's not how you play. I get it. I get it all. I use breathing and buzzing as a diagnostic tool to kind of be like, okay, what's going on? Like, why is it not working? I think breathing and buzzing for a little tiny bit is really helpful just to get you going. Buzzing before you play your first note in the day, I find is very helpful because it gets things moving, but you're not actually practicing the music that way. So yeah, I use it intermittently as a diagnostic tool, especially the buzzing. Breathing, that's more like meditating for me. Like that's getting my body working and doing things that I need it to do, getting the air flowing, but it's not really applying to the stuff. And if you do too much of it, it can be very bad because then you're thinking about it when most of the time our whole goal is to stop thinking about what we're trying to do and just think about the music. So I get it. Hey, sorry I'm late to the party. Okay, a bunch of new people are here, so we're gonna go through this probably 2 more times. I'll do it 1 more now and 1 more at the end. Nicholas, can you please don't, is what somebody said. How do you play musically? You have to be very comfortable with the content you're playing and the style, and so you have to do a lot of listening. Again, we don't do that very often as classical musicians, but we really have to. But any style of music, you have to listen to stuff that is in that genre a lot so you feel comfortable with the kinds of things you can do with that. So maybe that means you can extend and accentuate things like dynamically, bring it out and then back off. Maybe it means rhythmically you can kind of like slow down and then speed up at the ends of phrases, or do the opposite. Do like vibrato things, there are articulation things, all of the building blocks to music that we learn so we can use them and kind of manipulate them, and that's that. Okay. Okay. Video Game Symphony number 5. I believe I said 250,000 subscribers. I would do that. So there you go. You should do a t-shirt giveaway. I was thinking about that. I could do that. But for why? Like, how would I do it? get people to like follow me on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, you get a chance to win a t-shirt. Like comment on something. We could do that. That's fine. I like that. All right. Is it bad to sound bright? I love sounding bright. That's like my thing. But it depends what you're trying to do. Classical music, not as much. Okay, so ever planning to do tour down in Florida? I really should. It's been a while. Yeah. Okay, so bunch of new people in here. Feel free to ask any questions about these specific things so I can clear it up. But the International Trombone Festival 2019 is 9 months away to the day. That's July 10th, 2019. It's going to be great. Youth workshop for middle school and high school students. It's going to be awesome. Click the link in the description. I will send you updates when registration's open, when we get, pricing, when all that stuff comes through. I'll even send probably some stuff about like, hey, there's cheap flights from Atlanta right now, or all that stuff. Cool. Check that out. It's going to be awesome. I'm playing a show in Kansas City with Zoltan Kiss of Monozel Brass. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be the two of us with the Kansas City Symphony Trombone section. I'll be doing a masterclass. He'll be doing a masterclass. There's tickets to the masterclasses. There's tickets to the concert in the link below. Also, I'll be doing performance, actually a whole bunch of performances, but a big trombone day in Puerto Rico. If you want to donate to that fund, you can do so below. We are donating P-Bones. We're getting sheet music donated from Michael Davis, Hip Bone Music. I believe Mike Corrigan's going to come and fix instruments for free. All sorts of really cool stuff. And so if you can donate, that's awesome. We have a few $1,000s already, but there's a whole bunch of us going. And so covering those costs to get over there. If you're a Patreon donor, you're already donating to that. So you can do that by just donating on Patreon. You can go to bandsintown.com/classicaltrombone. That's a lie. bandsintown.com/Christopher Bill. If you want to be updated when I book new shows near you. What would your schedule be for the youth part? As a student, your schedule is rehearsals, mass choir, breakout, like quartet, octet kind of rehearsals. You'll check out some exhibits, so all the trombone manufacturers and sheet music, you get to check out that stuff. You get to hang out and watch concerts and master classes. You'll have people coming to you to teach and to listen and do all sorts of cool demos. Yeah, it's intense. There's not a whole lot of time. Actually, last year we kind of ran out of time to rehearse, and so because there was so much we wanted to get to, so much we wanted them to see. So next year we might be switching it up. We might actually have the youth workshop come a day early, or maybe 2 days early. I don't know yet. Again, just click the link in the description to get updates for that. We'll be deciding that very soon, so you'll know. But as of now, July 10th through the 13th still. Same as the regular one. Okay, how do you get that ITA part-time job? Job is that's a big word for what I do. So the thing about the International Trombone Festival is it's a nonprofit. We just put on the best trombone festival of all time every year. And everybody pretty much does it because we love the trombone. So if we have enough people come, which next year we will because there's so many of you that have expressed interest, then it's going to be, maybe it will actually become a paying job that I can do. But I've got all sorts of cool stuff that we're going to be releasing about that. Also, for those of you who follow my podcast or don't know about it, I just put out a new one. I've been kind of not doing that for a while, but I just did a new one yesterday. So if you want to check that out, you can do that. All sorts of updates, right? Here's a cool one for Patreon donors. Again, I'm going to be doing full videos announcing all of this stuff, but for Patreon donors, I am doing a Patreon-only trombone choir. So if you're a Patreon donor, you'll record your part, film it, send it in, and then I'll put them all together and do this cool mass choir of just Patreon donors. So if you want to get in on that, I'll be doing that probably at the end of November, but I'll be announcing that so people can start sending their stuff in like next week maybe. So that'll be cool. How expensive is it to go to ITF? It's a few $100s, but you know that covers your housing and all the food and certain things. Again, if you just click the link in the description for that, you'll know when we decide on prices and stuff. That all depends on many, many things. Say weeb. Done. Will you attend the Southeast Trombone Symposium next year? If they invite me. But so far they haven't. Holy crap. This still live? Yeah, man. We go hard. I'll probably be wrapping this up in 5-10 minutes. I have a question. Why are you so awesome? Because I'm happy with myself and I am comfortable in my own skin. I had a masterclass with you at ITF. Oh, in Iowa. Yeah. Enjoyed it a lot, by the way. What was your favorite thing about ITF? Mine was probably getting my bass trombone and the Hungarian trombone connection. Speaking of Hungarian trombone connection, I will be performing with Zoltan Kiss in Kansas City, November 13th. My favorite thing is always making that epic collaboration. So I did the Bohemian Rhapsody there. That's pretty much all I was doing that whole week. It's the biggest thing I've ever done. It was super fun. It's going to hit 1 million views in a month. It's going to be awesome. So super excited about that. Do you practice orchestral excerpts? I don't. I used to. I did them in college quite a bit. I don't anymore. I'll play full pieces. Sometimes I'll put on like a recording of an orchestral piece and play along the trombone part, but I don't practice just excerpts anymore because I don't have to. Any other questions about the upcoming stuff? What are you playing for Christmas? I don't know yet, but I have some exciting things planned. Oh, I've got one big thing planned. Yeah. But it's a secret. I got in trouble for watching Bohemian Rhapsody in world history. It was totally worth it. Nice. Where'd you go to college? The SUNY Purchase Conservatory of Music in New York. Do you play anything on stream? I did a bunch of Fortnite streams back in the day, but and some Overwatch. But I've been busy. Patreon Mass Choir excitation. Yeah, Nathan R. It's going to be awesome. Video Game Symphony. Next one's coming out. 250,000 subscribers. 25 days of Christmas. Do you want to do it? 25's a lot. I don't really have time for that. I really don't have time for that. Somebody wants something from a Queen tune. I did the Ultimate Queen medley. I promise whatever song you want is in there. Another One Bites the Dust. Yeah. The Ultimate Queen medley it's called. Ninja collab. I'm in if he's in. Playing something cool for Halloween? I am. I might be doing 2. I might be doing another collaboration for Halloween. So keep an eye out for that. Should I invest in a Shires trombone if I'm going to school for music? Shires makes great trombones. Big companies, you're gonna want to stick to like one of the handmade trombones, but yeah, that's a good one. I've been using the BAC. That's a cool one. I used to use Consomer, so Bach, Con, King. Wrath is on the market right now. They're killing it. A lot of really great horns. Edwards, Courtois, lots of amazing. But yeah, stick to a handmade trombone. You're gonna be great. What are you gonna play for Halloween? It's a secret. Any advice on getting back into playing? Got back from a long Europe tour. Just play things that you enjoy. You just gotta put on the radio, play the radio. Just gotta, play fun things and play them a lot, because otherwise you're gonna be like upset. How many wins? I don't know. 100-ish. But we squat up. Probably 100. Can you, somebody, if you know where you can check, because I know there's some well, maybe I'll look it up. Fortnite tracker. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Is this it? Okay, how many wins? Lifetime. 120 wins. There you go. Say Billy Goat. Once again, done. How much time we got? 5 more minutes. You should do excerpts from Metamorph with Antonio. I would love to. What platforms can I get Ben Van Dyke's new album on? I don't know. I've got it right here. He sent it to me. And I sent him one of mine. It's awesome, though. This freaking album is awesome. Let's find out. Let's find out together. Okay, I'm on his website. Shop. CD recordings. There it is. Order now. You could order it on his website. That's cool. I don't do live or physical CDs unless you're at one of my live shows. Maybe you have to order it from his website? I feel super lucky now. iTunes. Nope. Yeah. Looks like you just got to get it online. There you go. Okay. What state do you live in? New York. Somebody answered for me. A bunch of people answered for me. Oh, you guys know where I live. Do you have more than one album? Yeah, I've got 3. I've got Pop Covers, Christmas, and Half Man, Half Machine. I've got a single coming out someday. Have you ever listened to Bo Burnham? Yeah. Yeah, he's my boy. He's actually one of my influences from all the like meta, like be yourself and worry about your audience, but don't worry about your audience. But like you got to address it. You have to know that you're just a human being and people will idolize you, but like don't worry about it. He's awesome. He really made me think quite a bit. Okay. What good colleges are there in New York for performance and education? You got your Potsdam. You got your Fredonia. You got your Purchase. You got your Eastman. You got your Manus, New School. You got your Juilliard, NYU. There you go. If I left one out, boy, do I feel silly. Ithaca. There you go. Can you upload your album on Spotify, please? Check this out. I already did. Done. Go listen to it right now. I want to watch myself say that. Wow, so sassy. All right. 0 minutes left. Right you are. All right, last time. Here we go. If anybody has any questions about these things, ask them now or else I'm out of here. So, 2019 International Trombone Festival. That's 9 months from today, July 10th, 2019. Ball State University in Muncie, Indiana. Come on out, middle school and high school students here with me. I'm curating a whole bunch of really awesome artists that will be there to work with you. It's going to be amazing. If you have any questions, or even if you don't, click the link in the description to get updates for that if you want to come out. And I'll send you updates when we have registration dates open and when we have pricing info and when we have guest artists info and all sorts of good stuff. Are you coming to Philadelphia again? Someday. How much does it cost? You gotta click the link in the description. We don't have costs yet because we're still figuring that out. Who do you know that's coming? Jim Nova. He does all trombone arrangements of John Williams music, and he's got this awesome album from The Fall from Light to Dark. and it's all Star Wars trombone arrangements. He's going to be there. We've got Jen Wharton, got Elliot Mason of the Lincoln Center Jazz Orchestra. You got Ryan Keberly will be there doing a bunch of J.J. Johnson tribute stuff. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a crazy good festival. Okay. Next, I will be going to Kansas City doing a combined trombone concert with Zoltan Kiss of the Minozel Brass and the Kansas City Symphony Trombone Section. It's going to be awesome. November 13th, you get tickets right in the description right now. We just announced it now in this stream. Also, I'll be doing a masterclass earlier that day, 4:30 p.m. My masterclass, 5:30 p.m. Zoltan Kiss's masterclass. You can get tickets for both of those in the description as well. So if you want to come to a masterclass, if you're anywhere near Kansas City, you can do that. Masterclasses and the concert tickets below. Also, if you want to help out and donate to my Puerto Rico outreach thing, we're doing a trombone festival in Puerto Rico to help raise awareness and funds and do all sorts of really good stuff, donating P-bones and sheet music and fixing instruments, all sorts of cool stuff. There's a link in the description there as well. That's coming up early November. And if you're a Patreon donor, you're already supporting that. But if you want to support more, it would really be helpful. You can listen to my podcast. It's called See Bleezy Knows on all your podcast apps. What else do we have? The Patreon donors, I'm doing an all Patreon trombone choir. So if you're a Patreon donor, you will be able to send in your videos and be in this combined awesome thing. You could do it just on your phone. You don't need a special recording setup, and we'll do that. You need to do more J.J. Johnson. I would love to. It's a good idea to pursue a music career. I'm in 8th grade and I play trombone. If you love it, then it's a great idea, but you gotta love it. You gotta love it so much that you'll do it even when you hate it. Somebody wants me to play the lick. Okay, any questions about any of that stuff? I need to see a bunch of you there at the Trombone Festival this year. So, again, just click the link in the description. You'll get updates. Start talking to your parents if you're middle school and high school students, because we got the dates and we're working through some of the other info. But you got to put it on the calendar now. Somebody wants me to play the lick. So here we go. Kind of seems like nobody has questions about this. When is the festival? July 10th through 13th in Muncie, Indiana at Ball State University. There you go. I got my cursor on the thing. Chris, I've asked you already, but you really appreciate answering my question. Are you going to be in Bands of America, St. Louis? I will not be there. I don't know when it is, and I do not have plans to do that. Okay, cool. See you guys. I'll be back. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be there next month because I'll be in Puerto Rico, but the plan is the 10th of every month, and we'll do this, but next month might be a little sketchy. Okay, see you guys. Oh, I hope that was all distorted and awful. Goodbye. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.